Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about binoculars and how it can help you in astronomy, especially for a travel setup. So, yes, a carry on or even in a backpack. So, specifically, talk about the various binoculars I've directly used in the last 10 years or so. And at the end, I'll draw some conclusions and share some takeaways that are hopefully useful to some of you. One thing I wanted to clarify in this video is the binocular, you get to see a little bit more than what your naked eye can see. It's not it's not going to be dramatic like what you would see in a huge telescope, but it definitely helps, especially once you're dark adapted in a remote site. You can really enjoy the ability to gather a lot more light with the objective in these lenses. Um, so this video is to help you understand how we can get the most out of binoculars without carrying a lot of bulky equipment. The first binocular I want to talk about is the Canon image stabilized 15 by 50. So this has a 50 millimeter objective and it's got 15 times magnification by the time the light comes from here to here. It's got a good magnification and aperture, but the exit pupil is 3.3 millimeters, and that makes the image sufficiently darker compared to the other ones. 3.3 is still a good size for exit pupil, but it is dark compared to the other binoculars that I have. An exit pupil is obtained by dividing the aperture divided by the magnification. So 50 divided by 15 is 3.3. The second binocular I want to talk about is the Canon image stabilized 10 by 42L. And this is a 6.5 degree field of view. And the first difference you want to, it's pretty obvious, is the size of the objective is 42 millimeter, whereas the previous was 50 millimeter. So the aperture is noticeably smaller in this, but because of the lower magnification, the exit pupil is 4.2 on this, 42 divided by 10. Overall, this binocular is much brighter, unnoticeable compared to the 15 by 50. And I also enjoy appreciate the field of view, increased field of view of the rich field stargazing. This is currently my most used binocular to date, and I expect it to remain that way. In addition to the other binoculars I'm going to talk about. So, after using these binoculars for a while, I got to know about the Swarovski NL Pure 42, which was released, I believe, in 2020. I purchased it, even though it was in similar aperture to this one, the 10 by 42. I purchased the 8 by 42 in Swarovski. So 8 times magnification and 42 millimeter aperture. So that translates to an exit pupil size of 5.25 millimeters. And even though the apertures were the same between the Swarovski and this one, given the increased exit pupil, the Swarovskis were substantially brighter still compared to this. So I eventually gave it away because I ended up buying the 52 I'm going to talk about next. So I don't have the NLPR 8x42. But one thing I appreciated about the 8x42 was the expansive field of view. I believe is one of the widest field of view possible, at least in the ones I've researched from Swarovski and some of the top manufacturers. I did not look at the Nikons. I don't own them, but yeah, something to keep in mind. If you're after some binoculars that are really wide field, good exit pupil, then 8x42 will come highly recommended by me. The image is really sharp, no chromatic aberration in the daytime, and was fantastic at night as well. So that's my 8x42 from Swarovski and Alpure. That is my third binocular in the series that I wanted to talk about, with an exit pupil of 5.25. All right, so the last one in this video series is the NLPR 10x52 from Swarovski. The next magnification 52 millimeter objective, an exit pupil of 52 divided by 10 is 5.2 millimeter. So 5.2 millimeter objective, 5.2 millimeter exit pupil is the same as the NLPR 42, which had 5.25 millimeter exit pupil. But note that the objective is now bigger. This is 10 millimeter larger than the 42. So overall, the image is much brighter in this compared to the NLPR 42. And at 10x, it's also a little bit zoomed in to the object. The size of the binocular is not much bigger than the 8x42. So it was an easy choice for me to upgrade to this. I sold the 8x42. These are, in my opinion, the most optimal size and spec for astronomy purposes. So one thing I should add for the NLPR 52, and same goes for the 42 and the Canon 10x42, they all have flat field. So when you're looking at the rich field, the stars are flat and pinpoint across the field. You don't have to have it right in the center. And all of these binoculars are, enjoyable even when you wear glasses. I keep my glasses on when using these binoculars, and if you remove the glasses, you're able to go closer and you get even wider field of view. But the field of view in these binoculars are so wide, I get to enjoy even with my glasses on. So just wanted to add that. So they're great for mostly rich field. I wouldn't consider them great for planetary for obvious reasons, but I can tell you that between the Canon, both the 15s and the 10s, and the 10x52 and the Swarovski, the Swarovskis are crisper. I think this is picking hairs. I mean, this is splitting hairs. It's really minor, but you can tell the difference. For example, if you look at Saturn, the Saturn looks like a thick dot with small edges in the 10x42, whereas in Swarovski, the rings are a little bit more pinpoint. They do appear like a dot. It's not, you cannot see the rings per se, but it's much more pixelated in if you know what I mean. It's much more sharper, very crisp, and the stars are more pinpoint. in the Swarovskis. So this is one of the best binoculars today for astronomy. So different lighting situation here. Switched on the light. So I just want to wrap up. One other thing I want to add is the tripod situation. Though the IS clearly has image stabilization, so I don't need a tripod, and it's convenient for spontaneous observing sessions. So you're just driving by and you want to stop over and observe something. So it's gonna be left in my car pretty much. Swarovski it forced me to use it on a tripod for astronomy. So it's going to be for planned observing sessions, unlike the IS. So very convenient given the size to for backpacking or an air travel. Just drop it and take it with you, and you can either take the tripod with you or check it in. The tripod adapter is easy to remove, so it's even more convenient. And I can show you how it mounts. So there's a cap in the front. You just pop it out, and once you do that, it can bayonet inside, and then you can lock it in. And it's pretty stable, and you can use any photo tripod with this, with an Arca Swiss plate. And on top of that, I use this adapter to have it connect to my Manfrotto. That's the regular photo tripod adapter that you can connect to the Swarovski TAs. They call it TAs. It's the tripod adapter. Right. Hope you found this video useful. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, so if money is no primary object, or if you believe in buying once and crying once, this is the best astronomy binocular. There's guys.